Alright, hey everyone. Welcome to another Witch RP Live Play TT RPG session. Uh, what is Witch RP? That's me, Faye, Game Master and Storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We're a couple who love sharing stories, so much so that we quit our day jobs, and we created our own company to create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full-time and share them with you. God damn it, chat. Tonight we're playing D&D. This session features the Virtuous Fall, a campaign spanning across D&D's Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, and the Chains of Asmodeus. And I realized that I did not change my tags. Do that here shortly. With us at the table, we have several of the incredible players who've joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord to find out more information. But speaking of our awesome players, it means it's time for introductions. So, like I said, I'm Faye, Game Master and Storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, who brings all of our background music and sound effects, a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. And now we get to meet our courageous, daring heroes before they embark on another exciting tale of magic and wonder. And we'll begin with an introduction for Haven.
Alright, I'm Frontboard, and I'm playing Haven. He is an elf like you've rarely, if ever, seen before. He's taller than most and stronger than most. He has light, subtly gray skin covered with runic tattoos and a chaotic mop of red hair and reddish-orange eyes that appear to glow like embers. After our recent long rest, so it's important we took a long rest apparently, because I put it into my lore, Haven's eyes open slowly, wearily, from his trance. They killed them all, he muttered in barely a whisper. The air around him seemed almost cold. But knowing that Magda would still be resting for a few more hours, he collected his greatsword and moved to find a place where he could be truly alone. He moved with determination, ignoring everyone else that may be around. He returned several hours later, in time for when Magda would finish her rest. Rejoining with the group, he began to arrange his belongings for the upcoming excursion to the surface below. To no one in particular, he just said out loud, I had a vision from the past that my real mother's dead. I know who killed her. When this is all over, I'm gonna find that person's mother, and I'm gonna kill her. And if she's not already dead, that is. Then I'm gonna find them, and I'm gonna kill them too. They will pay with their lives.
All right, cold-hearted. I love it. Uh, Next up for our introductions, let's learn about Saren.
Hello, my name is Brent, and I'll be playing Saren Starseeker. He's an Astro Elf Divine Soul Sorcerer who had found himself dropped into Baldur's Gate and then over to El Turel, or Hel Turel. He's becoming more and more comfortable with his newfound magic powers that he suddenly gained, and he's determined to find some way to help the people that are here and also find answers for what happened to him and his family. This week's fun fact is that Saren had never taken to learning about medicine or any sort of healing arts. The fact that his magical gifts seem to be at least partially focused in that area has been a mystery to him. However, since it has allowed him to find safe harbor while he was in Baldur's Gate, and then since allowed him to save himself and his companions several times, he is extremely grateful for the gifts that he's seemed to have been granted, and he's gonna keep leaning into it.
All right, heck yeah. Next up, we've got Melioris.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Melioris. Bryn. Mel is a beautifully dangerous drow gloomstalker ranger with snow white hair and steel gray skin. This week's fun fact about Mel is her favorite childhood meal is a stew, but it's a little bit different because she is from the Underdark, so it has a lot of the same root vegetables in it, like potatoes and carrots and rutabagas or turnips, depending on where you're from. Uh, but the protein in the stew doesn't come from red meat like it typically does. It comes from a variety of mushrooms. She loves a mushroom stew, and it reminds her of home.
Heck yeah. If you don't, you know what? I'll give you an inspiration for bringing up the rutabaga talk. So,
Our first heroic inspiration.
our first heroic inspiration, that's right. None of you are playing humans. So you don't get them after a long rest. Next up, last but not least, let's learn about Magda. Oh, do we have a AFK Magda?
Talking, but I was muted. Hi, I'm Ridian, and I play Magda, who's a Yuan-Ti Pure Blood cleric. My stomach hurts now. Things are great. I mean, Magda's stomach hurts now. Things are great. I'm gonna move on. Everything's fine.
This is definitely gonna be a session, guys. Alright. With that, why not dive into our game? And just before I forget, chat has redeemed a +1 to your AC for the rest of the session. So hopefully that'll help you out. You had rescued older Ravengard and had learned of the visions he had seen through the Helm of Torm's sight. Some of it has jogged Lulu's memories. And now you are set out to find this Fort Knucklebone, to find the pair of Kenku, Chuka, and Klonk, who Lulu said were friends. Or at least friendly. But as you stand, and you know what, we should actually change to be on our other Elturel map, rather than in the cathedral. But as you are standing outside in Elturel, you are having to figure out a way to get down. You have, of course, the options of climbing down the massive chains that are dragging the city to Avernus below. Or there are, of course, the options of some scavenged and improvised materials, crafting parachute gliders, whatever you think could work. And Saren, I believe, also had an idea.
Saren does have a magical solution.
So, as we begin, you have to make your way down. Lulu, of course, can fly, so she'll be fine just fluttering her way down. But the rest of you, how do you plan to do this?
Can you remind us how far down it is?
I believe we've got about
500
500
feet.
feet.
My notes had 500 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saren does not have a magical solution. Oh wait, no, we're still good.
Yeah.
No, we're still good. We're still good.
Yeah.
You did the math last time.
I
You
did.
Saren did the math. Saren has to either be first or last.
Yes.
Have we passed by any shops, like apothecaries or things that might have like some potions
Oh,
in
yeah,
it
that's
that
right.
we could borrow from? See what they have.
Like winged boots, perhaps.
Yeah,
I'm
or
going
like
to say that you won't find winged boots or brooms of flying or anything like that. Those would have been.
what about potions of flight?
I'll just going off of what I've heard. So no, none of the magical items. Those would have been grabbed quickly. In the sort of ransacking that's going on here. There is a lot of destruction, so we're gonna make this chance. Melioris, I want you to roll for me, firstly, an investigation roll.
Okay. I'm gonna burn that turn up inspiration right now. I don't like that natural. Oh, and it turned it to a 5.
Unfortunately, Mel, in the areas that you've been looking, you are not finding any sort of shops that would have sold potions.
Darn.
What of the rest of you?
Should we make our way to the edge and see if we can look down and see what's going on down there?
Seems
Well,
wise.
remind me why we were against climbing down the chains.
I'm not against climbing down the chains, Magda.
Okay, good. Because I think I would like to climb down the chain. I mean, yeah, I think we should still look down. But okay.
I will say that the chain links are covered in barbs, so that makes them, like, they're massive chains, so it makes them easy for climbing down.
Good. And we can keep Saren's as a backup, right? In case one of us fail.
Potentially.
We could do that. I'm not very strong.
I can tie a rope on so we're all connected together, and just in case, like you let go, then I'll catch you. Ooh.
Interesting.
I've got at least one failsafe. Faye, question.
Answer.
If I was falling, let's say 500 feet, and I got to, I don't know, 470 feet, could I teleport to the last 30 feet?
Yeah, like wow. You mage falls and then you blink and hit the land safely, right?
Oh, no, you would not land safely if you... You can cover that distance through magic, but you will still be moving at the same velocity for that last 30 feet.
Conservation of energy.
I've asked this question before, Brett. I've tried.
And you've gotten the same answer.
Same answer. That's why I was shaking my head.
Now, the good news is, technically, as long as we don't goldfish this, we should be okay because it's half of what Keyleth had done.
Goldfish?
Yes, Keyleth fell from
Fish.
1,000 feet.
Who's Keyleth?
Please jump. She didn't fall. That was a choice.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll be fine. Just don't turn into a goldfish. It's Haven. It's from a play that I saw.
Oh yeah, we didn't have plays where I was from.
Yeah, it's called the
Must
Box
be
Machine. It was a very fun play.
I have another question, Faye.
I've got an answer for you.
Let's say Saren were to slip and fall. Could I then teleport to not be slipping and falling?
Yeah, I'd say
Alright.
if you can see where you are trying to teleport to, for sure.
Alright. Alright.
I will say that there are also other ways to avoid, falling to one's death.
Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Does anybody have a 300 gold piece worth diamond? Anybody?
What about that yellow gem?
Oh, I've got that.
Oh yeah. Did we ever figure out what that was?
I don't
believe
think so.
anyone has spent time looking at that. But it is a diamond. It is a yellow diamond.
I'm sure it's worth 300 gold, at least.
I would say that
If
you're
I-
probably
if I-
correct.
If I pull that out, can I get the sense of what's going on with this thing?
You definitely know that it's magical in nature, but you would need an hour to investigate it or the identify spell.
Do I have identify spell? That's level 1 spell, right?
Do you believe identify is a level 1 spell?
Nope, I do not have that spell.
Retcon that you checked it out while you were long resting.
Yeah, will you let us retcon?
I mean, yeah, Saren's an elf. He would have had time to investigate
well-
it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
What is
Magda
it?
was just out. I'd take a look at this diamond.
Yeah, what you have here is an elemental gem.
Oh.
So you can conjure, I believe, with the diamond, that is an air elemental.
Oh, can it actually carry us down?
I don't know anything about air elementals.
Because it can fly, right? And it can engulf us, so we won't, freeze for the couple of minutes that it, brings us down.
Okay, no, actually, the yellow diamond is an earth elemental. Sorry, I was wrong.
Can those fly?
No, but they can burrow.
Through the chain?
No.
If we break the chains, will Elturel just fly away?
You want to find out?
Kind of.
Anyone around here, has anyone seen a wizard? Can we press a wizard into service to do for us? They're a handy dandy wizard we could just kidnap.
You're unsure. The last wizard you knew definitively left you down here after he teleported you here. Or plane shifted you here.
Well, I need to read.
At the mention of strength or lack thereof, Haven's like imagining if he could cut his toenails off and put them in little jars and soak them, if then Saren drank that, would he gain some of Haven's strength?
Oh.
Pass. And
could try it.
Like that.
here's another question for you, Faye.
Got another answer for you.
Let's say 4 people were roped together,
Yes.
and they all jumped off a cliff at the same time.
Okay.
If I cast this spell on just one of them, would that slow everybody's descent?
Let me look at that spell again.
Yeah.
Now you're getting creative.
Alrighty. I will say that if you cast it on one person, that person would, as this spell functions, and the other people being roped to them would have like that gravity effect going, so they'd still be beneath the person who is descending via magical means. But there's no weight limit on this, so I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Alright, I got it. Alright, so I think we just need enough rope to tie everyone together, and I can make one person slow fall, or fall slowly, which then will allow everyone else to gently glide down. but it will be straight down, so we need to look below us and make sure we understand what we're getting into.
Yeah. Getting down there without turning into slush is one problem, but we need to make sure we don't land in the middle of a battle
Or the river.
or the river.
Especially the river, right?
One is worse than the other, I will say that definitively.
Good news is I have rope. Bad news is I have 40 feet of rope.
That should be enough.
I have rope.
Mel's gotta have a rope. Does Mel have rope?
Rope is likely something we could find lying around.
I'd say it's easy enough to find rope lying around.
Yeah. So we'll tie it in such a way what we leave like 10 feet, 15 feet between us. Thoughts?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as everyone is secure.
Yeah.
Alright. I need this for my own purposes.
Oh god
What?
damn it! Don't do it!
Is the order that you guys are being tied in?
What did I just say?
Who is at the end? Who is in the middle?
I feel like Saren would want to be at the person who jumps last and cast a spell on himself.
Okay.
Can he support the weight of everybody hanging off of him?
That's a great. I don't know.
Saren himself? Probably not. But the spell can, and the spell is fairly simple in its wordings of what happens.
Perhaps we should also double use like 2 sets of rope just in case the first set were to break.
Everything's fine. This is weird. I think we're over worried about this.
I
have
don't
plus
Get ready to
think so.
climb down the chains.
I have +2 to strength. Aiden, what do you got? +4?
No. But so, just really quick. Before I say what order I'm in, I have a question about how a spell is going to work in this situation.
Okay.
Say, if Mel were to cast Pass Without Trace
Mm-hmm.
and be in the middle, if we're kind of like, if shadows and silence are kind of surrounding us, assuming we're not screaming all the way down, is that going to be of benefit in this situation? Because if so, I'd like to be near the middle. If not, I think I'd like to be on one end for movement when we get down there. I can just
It could help.
take the rope and go.
Being depending on the situation you find yourself in, because when you look down, again, it's 500 feet, it's hard to see things clearly. You just see a lot of movement that's a fight, and the river sticks. You know you want to avoid the river. Having that bit of a buffer may, should you get into an area that is a little, dicey. Down there, there's not any really cover, but that magic could help hide your sound of footsteps, which could get you a little extra time to run to safety. It could work.
How long is it going to take to fall 500 feet?
Oh, I think I do have that answer.
60 feet per round.
Which
I don't
is
have to cast a spell to the end, right?
you've got 300 feet before you a usable spell area. So
Yeah.
and so
I mean, Pass Without Trace lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
So
It would
it's
not
not
take
going
long.
to take an hour to fall down.
no, not at all.
But getting back to the rope situation, above table, rope I'm pretty sure has hit points.
It does.
So like if
Does.
people are
Oh,
shooting
no.
if people are shooting arrows at us or like something flies by and like bites at it, it could maybe cause us to not be tethered together. So what do? Do we just hold hands?
Well, we could. So
To
we're
hug
gonna get
each
to the
other.
ground in about 8.5 seconds, safely. Wait, that's not correct. Hang on.
That's
That
8
sounds
seconds
about right.
from casting your spell, yeah?
Yes.
Because it's... Hold on.
When you cast in this spell, 60 feet per round.
Uh,
Yeah. So you mean 8 rounds? A little over than 8 rounds, so like 9
yeah.
rounds.
So,
But
alright, if we take the 8.5 rounds, and we bump that up to 9, and then we just throw in an extra one for the 200 feet that's between you and when you're casting the spell. That's 10 rounds. 10 rounds is 6 seconds, so it'll take a minute to get down. Give or take.
Mm-hmm. It'll take a minute. And then, yeah. 10 rounds of combat.
sounds fun to me.
It sounds fun to me, too.
Just making sure we cover all the bases. If we were, would my character know if we were to be climbing down the chain? Could that be an acrobatics check, or is it like 100% just an athletics check?
As you look at the chains, if you take your time to travel, so if you're not trying to move at an expedited rate, you wouldn't need to make any checks at all with the amount of barbs that are there. But that will be a slower progression, because if you do not have a climb speed, you automatically move at half your movement speed.
I have a climb speed.
What if we tie ourselves together, and the spell is the backup?
Yes.
If one person falls and we can get them back up, then we're good. If 2 people slip and fall at the same time, then the other 2 let go, and we'll still be okay. Maybe, probably. Just the emergency spell. It's only verbal. I don't even need somatic.
Now, what this will mean, Meliors, is if you're all bound together, you will move at the same speed as your companions, even with your climb speed.
Yeah.
Probably less noticeable on the chains.
And I could still do pass without trace as well.
You could.
It's a concentration
So
spell,
it's,
yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so... how many chain links do we have?
10?
No, we
In
do not.
500 feet?
We've got, each chain link is 30 feet long, so...
Are the chains straight, like at a 90-degree angle, straight up and down, or at like a?
Oh, this sounds like an interview
Yeah.
question for like Google or something.
Do I need to get some Pythagorean theorem going?
Let me actually... that's a great idea. Let me ask Google it, because
Oh
someone,
my God.
some other DM might have already done the math for me.
Yeah,
I
if the
math
chain
for a
is
living, and it's my Friday night.
if the chain is at
I
tension,
don't
Brent, then
want
it would
to
be
math
straight.
anymore.
Right.
But if there was slack in it, it would have like some sort of curve, like a parabolic curve, and then you'd have to actually use some sort of like math
Looking-
to figure out.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
I'm
what
looking
would
at the
be-
map we're on, and it doesn't
what-
look like that at all.
You know what would be hilariously funny? We spent all this time trying to figure out how to get down, and one of us is gonna like roll a natural one, and it's just gonna be all effed up.
Alright,
That's why
Usually
we're
what
here.
happens.
so, alright.
I did the math, and at 15 feet around, I think it should take us like less than 5 minutes to climb down.
Alright,
So you're saying we could have been down by now.
well, alright, so if we go by this, I'm going to say that they're not at a straight sort of vertical angle. There is some... Someone has done the math of, like, if it's 500 feet above, the chains are at least that long, but if they're at a 30-degree angle, about roughly 1,000 feet. That seems smart to me.
I thought D&D was non-Euclidean.
It can be. uh, there is physics in my fantasy. So, we've got 1,000 feet, which if you're climbing at a speed of 50... Well, we'll say that you guys can use your action to double move, so that'll be a 30 around.
So it's gonna take what, 33
30 rounds,
minutes?
roughly.
33 rounds?
I'd say about... We'll round down. It's
3 minutes,
D&D.
20 seconds.
Yeah, so 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
It's not bad.
So,
And before we go, I will cast Ask Without Trace, and I will position myself to be in the middle of our group.
Okay.
And
Would you say-
hopefully we're within 30 feet of you.
And would we say that there gives us like maybe 10 feet in between us?
That'll
So
work.
that we can all be within 30 feet? Okay.
Mhm.
Saren, do you want to be behind Mel? And I
So
would say...
I'll be third.
yeah, and
did-
you'll be fourth.
That's fine.
So, Haven, me, Mel, and Saren. What do you guys think?
Are we tied together or no?
Yes.
Okay, then we should be good.
With 10 feet slack in between each of us. Just in case, like, Mel and Saren falls, Haven will catch all of us. Haven, what's your strength modifier?
4.
Okay, perfect. Mine's only 2.
All right.
And I'm not proficient in athletics.
So you all ready for your climb?
Yep. I am.
Yes.
I think we're ready for the descent into Avernus.
Roll credits, no.
We did it.
You begin to climb down. The chains here are massive. Again, each link, the piece of it, 30 feet long, 20 feet wide, 5-foot thick loops, covered in barbs, making them dangerous to other figures, but easy for you to utilize as handholds and footholdings to climb down. You take your time to move, meaning that you don't have to make checks here. However, the longer that you are moving down, the more you can feel the fiendish magics that crafted these chains, that flow through these chains. It's hot, unbearably so. And at the first minute, I need everyone to make for me a Constitution saving throw. Sorry.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Yeah?
I can add 2d4 to that. For favored by the gods.
Okay. That means all of you succeed against the fiendish magics that are here as they try to eat away at your soul, meaning that you'll take half damage. So 12 necrotic damage on a failed save. You all take 6. And then
Okay, say that one more time. We take how much damage?
6.
6. Okay.
And then I need you all to make for me dexterity saving throws.
No.
Do I
I'm
get?
also going to need to make another con save for my concentration on pass.
Yep. If you want, you can roll that now.
I'm fine.
Okay, pass is fine. All right, so Saren slips here. If any of you, I would say Mel first because you are the closest to Saren. So Mel, if you would like to make an athletics check to try and help Saren get back onto the link after this.
I will try.
All right.
Try being the keyword. If this is athletic,
It's an athletics check. I will say because of the rope, you do have advantage.
okay. Oh, okay. 14.
All right. 14 will be enough. You're able to grab hold of Saren's hand and help swing him back up to the top. And well, it seems that prolonged contact with the chains is a bit of a danger. But that's 1 out of 2 minutes down. You continue on your descent, climbing the chains.
Yeah. Can we see the bottom clearly?
It's becoming more clear. It's still just being, hundreds of feet up, a mess of bodies and motions rather than anything super focused.
All right.
All right. Another minute goes by. More climbing. I need another round of Constitution saving throws against the fiendish magic.
Oh, Ted rolled over from 13.
That is a success for everybody that is not Magda, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Meaning that on a failed save, you take 11 points necrotic damage. Half as much on a successful one. Let's get that concentration save. Pass is still up.
Okay.
And I need another dexterity save from everybody.
Oh, God. Same.
That's 2 people slipping.
Oh no.
Let me... Do.
My game log didn't even show some of those
Yeah.
rolls.
I don't see your roll, Haven.
I got a dirty 20.
Alright, well, Haven and Mel stay on, but Saren and Magda slip.
Are they both in the middle? No, Mel.
Magda's in the middle,
Saren's
Saren's
in the
Or-
end.
at the end. So,
Can Mel try and stabilize Aaron and Haven try and stabilize Magda?
Yeah, I'm going for Magda.
yeah, athletics checks. I'll give advantage for the rope.
I got a nat 20, so I don't need the advantage apparently.
I did not do so well even with advantage.
Then Magda gets back on the footing, but Saren... You know what, Mel? I'm going to ask for... I'm going to ask for a dexterity save here for you.
Oh my god, don't fall.
You are able to just barely catch hold. The momentum does not cause you to fall and slip here, Mel. But Saren is still... I'd say Magda might be able to assist for being
Yep.
next.
Yep. You want the athletics, you said?
It is an athletics to help Saren up. So this would be like trying to boost Saren from the bottom of his feet. Not quite helping here.
I need to change my dice.
And Magda, I'm going to ask for a dexterity save from you as well. Oh, I should probably change my dice too. Why not? No, I think my dice currently are actually fine. So, I will say that, Saren, you still have your backup plan.
I've got 2. The other one scares me though. And it's not the slow fall one. The other one scares me.
Teleport?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'd teleport right out of the rope.
Teleport would take you out of the rope.
Yep.
Can the 3 of us support a dangling Saren and continue climbing?
One way to find out.
Were we looking for a dex roll somewhere still?
Yeah, Magda needed a dex save, but Magda was also changing.
Oh,
I apologize.
you're good.
Oh,
Alright.
19!
Magda's also able to stay on the chain after she leans far out to try and help Saren, but unfortunately misses, is able to grab hold of the barb and stay on her. Stay connected. So Saren, you are dangling here, which might make you a bit of a target with that 10-foot slack, but it's up to the rest of you 3 if you want to try and continue climbing.
Yep.
No. You can't just leave him hang there.
Can I try climbing up the rope?
I will say
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I guess I'd have to
I'm sorry,
awkwardly
yes, please.
climb around or over Mel, but
Uh,
what do you want here?
I'm gonna say that this is gonna be an athletics check.
Yeah, this is gonna go great. Oh, it went pretty great.
Okay, Saren, after trying to get help from the 2 closest allies to you, you are able to pull yourself up, straining a little bit. You can feel the sweat breaking out, not just from the heat, but from your effort, but you are able to put yourself back on to the irons.
May I make a sleight of foot check to not kick Mel in the face?
Yeah.
I
I think it would be the back of the head, but
one of those.
It's like right on the shoulder and like kicks your ear as you're like pulling the foot up.
Sorry, Mel.
the gorgeous white hair. Not white anymore on that side.
No, it looks great. Everything's fine.
So,
Thanks.
one more full climb rotation down. One more set of Constitution saves from everybody. Ooh, Haven, that is a failed save. So, that's gonna be 13 points necrotic damage on a failed save. Half as much on a successful one.
That's without a trace is gone.
Alright. Well, at least nothing came after you while you were climbing down the chains. So that might have been helpful there. You still have a little bit left to go, but I need everyone to make for me dexterity saves before we can see how far you proceed.
Ah,
Oh, you all do great. So, as you finish your climb, doo-doo-doo-doo. You find yourselves. Let me actually change our sounds here. You find yourself alongside the river Styx. Not within it, luckily. There are armored legions of devils that encircle enormous posts of infernal iron anchoring Elturel to the rocky ground. Squads of demons are fighting 10 deep in some places, hurling themselves into the devil's ranks. Most of the abyssal troops are lowly mains and dretches. They die quickly in vain attempts to drag down devils so that stronger demons behind them can strike killing blows. The dark river cuts a path across the blasted landscape. It flows directly beneath the city, and floating on the river are demonic barges being assailed by squadrons of winged devils under the command of a terrifying pit fiend wearing an eyeless helm and clutching a battle standard. They don't seem to really notice you as you step off the post. They are, of course, focused on the efforts of their enemies. So, what do you do here? You'll have time to think and consider. At least, our players will. As we have our first ad break of the evening coming up here. So, hang out with us. We'll be right back to continue along with our story. But before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They help us out a ton at Will Witch RP. They help keep our games affordable. You can directly support us by making donations at my Ko-fi. Link for that's on screen and in our chat room. Donations unlock awesome perks for the entire community that benefit everyone who play with us for the next month. They include special companions, double treasure, double XP, new quests, all sorts of fun things. So, hang out with us, and we'll see you guys very soon. Alright, we're back in action. And you are caught in the midst of the blood war, it seems. So, how are you guys going to avoid getting dragged into some of the fights? While they don't notice you now, that might change if you cause too much attention.
Lulu, which direction was Fort Knucklebone?
That way. And you get the message in your mind as she points with her trunk.
What direction? Where are we looking?
I believe it's to the north. Let me double check.
What do I see in that direction?
Fighting, currently.
A lot of it?
There is a lot of fighting all around you.
Is there a particular direction where that is not towards the river where the fighting is lighter?
Roll for me a perception check, I'll say.
Big 1-4.
There's a few areas, it's not like an empty gap, it's just openings that you could perhaps take advantage of before moving.
Lulu says we've got to make our way this way, and Saren will gesture. We've got to break through and get away from this carnage.
You want me to recast the Pass Without Trace?
Does the fighting look too thick to where we couldn't even sneak through, Faye, or?
You could try and cause a distraction to pull attention away from the direction you want to travel through. If you have ways of magical disguise, that would definitely help your attempts to travel through undetected. The Pass Without a Trace could help.
I have the ability to disguise myself, but I won't be able to disguise you guys.
There's not much that I can do.
Yeah, I mean, all I can do is get big and kill things. And I don't think getting big and killing things is going to be helpful in not drawing attention to ourselves.
Well, we can try and sneak through unnoticed, or we can find a place that's not as dense and try and make a hole.
I could disguise myself as a Cambion and then, like, pretend you guys are my prisoners. Doesn't look like anyone else around here is taking prisoners, though, so that might not be believable.
Well, we might be the only mortals on the battlefield as well. We're all still roped together, so that part's already done.
It will remind you that you do have an earth elemental with a burrow speed.
I don't know what that means.
It means that it can travel underground and maybe make a tunnel.
Alright, well, I know what that means.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it made. I figured it just passed through it as if it were like water. I didn't realize it left like a.
That move through Earth, I think,
Possible
allows the or Earth glide or something like that allows you to just pass through.
Are we Bugs pointing this?
You might. I'm just saying that that is an option that you have since that had come up earlier today.
I like that option.
We can try it.
I'm assuming it's pretty loud, like around here with all the fighting. Maybe they won't hear an earth elemental burrowing.
Good plan. And worst comes to worst.
It helps.
I mean, there's massive chains that are holding a city, so I imagine those are making a lot of creaking and crunching noises.
You have
Might
massive.
help us make a quick escape too.
All right, let's try it, and I'll pull out the gem and I'll use an action to break the gem.
All right, you break the gem, and
Pokeball this thing.
Was this a single-use item?
It is a single-use item. And an earth elemental comes into existence here under your command, Saren.
Hi, can you understand me?
Let me double check here real quick.
Uh-oh.
You speak primordial.
If you do, why doesn't Sarah give the gem to you and you break it?
Oh, it's already broken.
It's already broken.
Okay.
God.
All
I
right.
asked if anyone spoke primordial.
Oh.
I didn't say that I
Ah,
spoke it.
okay.
So I said, can anyone?
So, because it is as if you conjured the spell, it obeys any verbal commands that you issue to it. I will say that due to the magic, it can understand you if it normally cannot.
Okay. Okay, little guy, can you burrow a hole for us down at an angle 30 feet and then flatten out and then just go for like a while?
As you're looking up at this elemental and giving this order, you get like a nod from it.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
And so, obeying your orders, 30 feet angle, and then you can see where it leaves behind the tunnel and it flattens out.
Alright, let's go follow it.
Yep. Do we still need to be all tied together?
Probably not.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and untie it then.
Okay.
Alright, so. You have an hour of this elemental being around for you. And as you are able to travel for a little bit here, under the ground, there is, of course, the sounds above of the fight still happening. But eventually you get to an area where you feel it's perhaps comfortable for you to once more be on ground. And you continue your travels.
Yeah, so it can do like a 30 degree or like an angle up for 30 feet and then we're back on the surface?
Yep.
Once things quiet down?
Yep.
Saren will produce the Avernus map and hand it to Mel. This might be useful.
I look at it. Is it useful? Can I glean anything from it?
As you're looking over, as you peer in the distance where Lulu has pointed out Fort Knucklebone existing, you don't see anything on the map. Perhaps the cartographer had never traveled there.
Look like your destination's on here.
Well, we just gotta follow Lulu, but yeah.
Yeah, can Lulu still see it?
Lulu can, always travel up, but she doesn't want to terribly like she's pointed out the direction. It's now just, traveling in that direction. You're set on course.
Perhaps the fort is newer than the map.
Oh no, you're the wrong way. You did that.
that?
What the heck is happening?
That's the map. It talks.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
So, as your... It doesn't take long for you to... Well, I mean, it takes a few hours, but you don't come across any troubles here. And you see the fortified compound. It sits atop a low plateau that rises out of a crater-pocked landscape. And at the center of the compound is a hill of rust-colored stone resembling a hand clawing out of the ground. There are gaps between the fingers. A jagged wall made of rock, bones, and metal debris surrounds this hand-shaped hill. Other highlights visible from this distance include a gatehouse atop which stands a half dozen, wow, small figures on watch.
Little guys?
Yeah, there are small figures.
Lulu, what are those? Or does anyone know?
Roll for me a... We'll make this an Arcana check. Arcana or History.
Oh my god, that just scared me. I got a natural 20 and the dice did something.
What dice are you utilizing?
I think it's the owl bear, but it turned into like a dragon.
Then it sounds like you're using dragon dice, not owlbear dice.
No, it says ice owl bear dice swing set.
Then it turns into an owlbear, not a dragon.
Well, it's a purple owl bear then. Okay,
Yeah.
that scared me.
Melioris, you're having trouble figuring out these figures as you're approaching. But Magda, Haven, Saren, you see that they are red caps.
Why does that sound familiar?
What does that sound familiar?
Are those the creatures who wear caps full of blood so it's like dripping down?
Who knows? But as you are approaching, one of the red cap standing guard, all right, what's the password? And, looks down at you expectantly.
Were we given a password?
No. Lulu, do you know the password?
I didn't have to say a password last time I was here. But I was taken here by Chuka and Clont. Maybe they know the password, but, well, they're here. That's why we're here to look for them.
Okay. Saren will shout out. We're looking for Chuka and Clonk.
Well, they'll look around and none of us are Chuka or Clonk.
Do
You got a
know who they
password?
are? No, we don't know the password. We've not been here before.
One of the other ones starts snickering and bursts out into laughter before. We don't have a password. But if you want to get in, start jumping on one leg.
No, I don't know why that's necessary.
Because we're the guards and we're telling you to do it.
Well, we have a friend of Chuka and Clonk here. I don't see how hopping on one foot is going to make a difference.
You
All right.
notice that Magda is actually hopping on one leg.
Alright. If you don't want to hop, do a handstand.
I don't think I want to touch the ground.
Ah, so you're one of those kind of guys.
I don't know what that means.
You don't get your hands dirty. You got like them white gloves or something.
Oh, I assure you, I'm not afraid of getting my hands dirty, but we're just here to see Chuka and Clonk, please.
Look, we're just watchmen. We don't keep people out. Stop standing around and just get inside like everybody else.
What? All right. I guess we're free to enter, but be careful. These things are strange.
Was there some sort of gate they're guarding?
There's just a wall with some sort of watchtowers, but I mean, it's not like having to open up a gate. Like, this is a junkyard. You just can walk in.
Saren will walk in.
Yeah, I'm walking in too.
Here, let me... This is a visual of it.
Mel's gonna draw her scimitars, but she's gonna have them relaxed at her side.
Alright. So... with that... you enter in, and the area here is enclosed by the rampart, and it's littered. There's trash and mechanical parts all about. Some are put together in a way that resembles a vehicle. They're very ramshackle structures here, built from the same junk as the outer wall, providing shelter. There is a platoon of small fey creatures that mill about, all looking like feral gnomes. Several of them are sporting tall red caps, some of which drip with vile ichor. And you see a pair of Kenku are examining one of these strange vehicles, chattering to each other in high-pitched squawks. These Kenku carry an assortment of strange tools, and when they see you, they turn, staring in wonder.
That must be them.
As you notice them, before much anything, you see one of the Kenku waving in your direction as if telling you to stay where you are. What a deal! Patience is a virtue. Can't keep the boss waiting. And he runs off into one of the trash structures. It's a few moments, but he does return, leading a tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift covered in mud, blood, mold, and worse. The hag's eyes move independently of each other as she approaches, straggly brown hair hanging in front of them. You see resting on each shoulder are red-eyed ravens that scrutinize you, and behind her, a hulking creature built of disparate fiendish parts trudges, moaning and hopping as it walks. And then both of the hag's eyes focus keenly on your group, and on Lulu specifically. My goodness. Spittle dribbles from her mouth. Where did you find such a treasure?
Is that addressed to everybody?
Yes.
Um, hello. My name is Saren. These are my companions. Who might you be?
I'm Mad Maggie. I own and operate this place.
Oh, well, it's, looks like a wonderful operation you have going on here.
Yes, yes.
This one is our companion Lulu. She's accompanying us here in our journeys.
Yes.
She seems to have lost her memories, but she did remember your two employees, workers, these two, and that's why we've come.
Associates, we'll call them. My magpies.
Magpies, okay. Lulu, do you recognize them? Are these the ones?
You hear in your mind, Saren.
Yeah, that's Chuka and Quack.
Okay, good. Do they jog any more memories?
No.
All right.
Can you talk to them to see if they jog any memories?
Maybe after we're done talking to Mad Maggie, I don't want to be rude.
And she'll
Oh.
take the connection to, she'll transfer the connection to Magda.
Oh,
As
that's sweet.
you had explained, Maggie.
Lost memories, you say?
That's correct.
I could unlock those for you,
Really?
of course. Though it would take a ritual. I'll have to collect the components for it.
All right. Well, that would certainly be useful, I think. Is there anything that we could do in exchange for your help?
I think that for now, we can have a consider this a favor for an old friend of my magpies.
Okay.
I'd like to roll an insight check
Yeah,
on the hag.
for sure.
Natural 20 or 29.
Also, that is a picture of Mad Maggie and her companion. With a 29. Mel, there is most definitely ulterior motives that are driving Maggie. However, she doesn't seem to be trying to pull a fast one by saying she'll do this for no charge and then spring one after the fact. It seems that perhaps her interests align within Lulu's memories themselves.
How long do you think it would take to prepare the ritual?
It is going to take a bit of time. Who knows exactly how long? But you're welcome to stay in my fortress until then. You can speak to some of the others.
Okay. We'll see if anyone else has any useful information, and we won't cause any trouble.
This is Fort Knucklebone. Yeah?
That is correct.
How did you come to be the owner of this grand fort?
Oh, the same way you come to own anything. You find it, and if someone comes knocking, you make a deal.
Oh, fair enough. What sort of activities go on here?
We have all sorts of things that go on here. Collections, repairs, protection, entertainment.
Repairs? What are you repairing? I know a thing or two about repairing things.
And perhaps you should talk to my magpies. They are quite adept at creations.
All right, perhaps we shall then. Well, thank you for your hospitality. I suppose we'll have a look around.
You be careful not to cause too much trouble.
Oh, I don't think we intend to cause any trouble.
So, with that, Mad Maggie will leave and following her for a few steps, is the large golem that follows after her, moans as he walks, with a bit of a hop to it, before Maggie will turn and,
Oh no, Mickey. I don't need you where I'm going yet.
and so he'll stay about. She'll return to wherever preparations she must go.
Lulu, I think it's okay for you to talk to them now.
Oh, I thought Saren wanted to talk to them about the fixing things.
Yeah,
Well,
but do you want to talk to them first? I can ask Sarah to wait.
I'm fine. Saren wants to help with, 'cause it just passed the time, and I'm gonna get my memories unlocked anyway from what that Mad Maggie person said, so.
Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Can I walk over to a bit away from people while we're waiting and turn to my shield and goes, so we're down in Avernus. Is it Lord? Hello?
There is that same presence that you always feel, but much like normal, no actual response.
Okay.
Lulu,
Yes, Aiden.
you said that Hellrider plunged Zariel's sword into the ground and it brought a fort up from the ground. Was that this fort or some other fort?
Not this one. That fort is somewhere else. And then I went away. And I don't know what happened afterwards, because it's all fuzzy. But then Chuka and Clonk found me, and they brought me here to get better.
Okay. Well, maybe this ritual will help restore your memory of where that fort is. And the sword.
perhaps the magpies will be able to tell us where they met you. Maybe that will be a clue as well.
Maybe.
Well, it seems like a good place to start. Where'd they go?
The Kenku are back near the device that they were working on before. The vehicle.
A vehicle?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Well, Saren's gonna walk their way. Lulu, come along. We'll see if they can help us, or if we can help them.
And Lulu flutters along. As you approach, you would see the two of them are working. The smaller one seems to be sort of leaned over and trying to repair this this vehicle of some sort, getting frustrated very quick as it hammers away. And the other one, the one that had gone and grabbed Mad Maggie, is nearby, sort of overseeing the repairs.
Hello, Chuka and Clonk. Do you remember Lulu?
Chuka, yeah, we remember Lulu.
That's great. Do you remember where you met her?
Out in the wastelands, we find everything.
Okay. Do you remember more specifically?
No? Do you remember all the wastelands you travel?
That's a fair question. I suppose there aren't. Hmm. I guess what I've traveled looks mostly the same wherever you go.
Yeah, that's down here too.
Do you remember any landmarks, perhaps?
Look, the landmarks we got here that I care about are the Hand Hill and the River Styx. Hand Hill means I'm home, River Styx is danger. Everything else, you can handle.
Alright. What are you working on?
It is the smaller one who pipes up. It's a stupid demon grinder. And
A demon grinder.
That sounds fantastic. Tell me more.
there's a kick against it. Look, it's if it could work, it'd be great. It crushes all sorts of obstacles and enemies. Wrecking ball in the back helps, just get everything out of the way. The jaws in the front can take out anyone you're coming into. It covers both ends. If it could bloody work, and another kick to it.
Well, I know a thing or two about repairing vehicles. Not a vehicle like this. A very different sort of vehicle. But I used to work alongside my father quite often.
Well, if you can help figure out how this piece of garbage is supposed to actually be functioning, I'd be very grateful, and maybe could put in some good words with you with the boss, if you're looking for anything.
Oh. Well, I think good words are always helpful. Can you give me like a rundown on how this works?
Yeah, I can tell you anything you need to know about, a demon grinder, a devil's ride, tormentors, scavengers. I can tell you how they're all supposed to work, but as Clonk can go on and explain all the different pieces and how they work. Roll for me a Arcana or an investigation check.
Am I able to give Darren advantage in this situation? Oh,
I mean, you could. I don't know
because
that Saren might need it with an 18.
that's fair. No, I was just thinking Alizaria is an artificer, so I'm sure I've seen her tinker with quite a few doodads. But that's okay.
So, go ahead.
I was just imagining Saren was on his back crawling underneath this thing with a spanner and just, oh yeah, here's your problem right here.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of how this happens. You discern that the issue is a faulty piece of gear. A specific gear, actually. There is one, spiked gear that is, comprised of the spikes of a Hezrel demon, and you can tell that it is surging with demonic energy and causing a malfunction in the disruption of infernal energy throughout the wheel.
Ooh, I don't want to touch it then, but I'm gonna point it out.
Clonk
One gear causing all this problem, and starts swearing in a multitude of different languages. And then pulls the gear out. You could try and assist if you have any sort of spells that could disrupt the magic that is seeping out of this. Protective spells. Clearing spells.
Can we just break it and get a new one?
Break it and get a new one. You see a gear like this outside everywhere? No, this is what we got.
I'm not sure any of my magic would work. I could make it smaller or bigger, but I'm not sure that would help much. Magda, is there anything you can do maybe to help with this magical gear that's just out of control?
Well, Magda might be AFK.
Or muted.
Mute.
Unfortunately, I'm trying to remember all the things that I can do, and I don't have what I think it needs.
Let me just take a look here real quick.
I have no idea how I just rolled that. A random die just flew across my screen.
Yeah, at least not prepared. Magda doesn't have any of them.
Well, at least identifying the problem gets you most of the way there, right?
Yeah, it helps a little bit, I guess. Better than where we were before, so thank you for that.
Sure. We're happy to help. This is really a fantastic piece of machinery here. Did you make it or scavenge it?
Scavenge. I made
That-
something like this. It actually work.
Fair enough. I mean, even getting it back here, I'm sure it was quite the chore.
Yeah, but that's where Chukla comes in. Best driver I've seen.
All right. Well, do you know anyone else that might be around the fort here that we might be able to chat with?
I mean, you could talk to Mickey. He's a great listener. Doesn't really offer too much commentary, though. Elsewise, you've got Pins and Needles, Barnabas. You've got all sorts of redcaps and madcaps around, but they're just gonna ridicule you. They all care about their own entertainment first.
We did experience a little bit of that on the way in, yes. Okay, well, I think we appreciate your help.
Clonk will nod. Oh, Mel?
Yeah, sorry. While all of this conversation and fixing the vehicle has been happening, can I just make a general check of our surroundings to see if there's any individuals around that seem to be overly interested in our group? Are we drawing any kind of attention?
Not really. You would notice that there are a couple of red caps that are over near the golem Mickey and seem to be doing some sort of hopping dance around him, around it. And that's really all that you notice. Otherwise, nothing. There's definitely not really people that are seeming too interested in you.
Haven notices Mel looking around and kind of surveying the red caps. Says, you know, if you're looking for a fight or something, we could potentially use one or two as target practice. We could probably take them out.
Mel smirks. It doesn't say too much.
They're like smaller creatures, aren't they, Faye?
Yeah. So, red caps are... They are small fae. And madcaps are also small fae.
Are the madcaps the ones that are like not all crazy bloody?
Oh, no, they are worse.
Oh.
Here, I'll show you. Uh... Normal
Oh god,
red
I
cap.
just googled them.
Yeah, so that's a normal red cap right there. And then... a mad cap.
Well then.
God.
Thought that was a toenail.
Nope.
It's like a murloc.
So, where would you like to go next?
I mean, if we're just sitting around here waiting for this hag to get her act together, I might take a little bit of a rest.
Sure. I think, maybe getting some favor wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, I would like to rest too, please.
Should we wait an hour, maybe?
I mean, you can talk to everyone you want, but if I've got an hour, I think I'm just gonna park it right here and relax.
I think I see some merit in that.
Yeah. If anyone wants to take an hour to do a short rest here, you're welcome to do so. You're also
I'll do
welcome
that.
to go around and talk to people as well.
I don't think Saren wants to walk around alone.
I mean, you'll have Lulu if you want. Lulu seems fine.
Lulu has not helped very much.
Don't let Lulu hear you say that.
That's fine.
I rolled absolutely terribly on my hit die.
Was that
A
just
1 and
one
a
hit
3.
die?
Oh, I might have a
No,
thing.
it was 2. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
I'll spend. I can do a thing. You rolled a 1 and a 3.
I did, yes.
I will spend 1 sorcery point, and you can re-roll those for my empowered healing feature.
Oh wow. A 3 and a 10. I'll take it.
That's way better.
17. That's 17, and I already healed 8. So I get to heal 9 more, which puts me up to full.
Yeah.
Thanks, Darren.
See earlier comments about Saren healing people.
It just happens when I'm standing near them. Sure, I think I owed you 1 or 2.
I mean, she kind of saved your life back there on the chains.
Exactly. While we're resting, do the little madcaps leave Mickey alone?
Those ones do, but others come by. It's kind of, it seems, a thing, that they pick on Mickey.
Oh,
not
and
just the red
they're being
caps.
mean.
Yeah, not just the red caps. The mad caps do it too.
Dang.
We're
They're really. Go ahead.
we're allowed to take activity during the short rest, just nothing like
Yeah, nothing.
stressful, right?
Yeah, nothing strenuous. So like, eating, reading a book.
Could I take the silver coin with the skull on it out of my pouch and kind of just examine it while I'm resting? I got it from Troxigor a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot it was in my inventory.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to have too much going on for it. But you can pull it out and investigate it for sure. As this happens, you guys are taking your rest. Melioris, you'd notice something. It's a bit of a distance off, but you would notice that there are two figures, imps, it looks like, staring at your group and sort of whispering to each other. Imps.
They're too far away to hear them.
Correct.
Okay. My scimitars are still out in easy reach, and I'm just going to keep tabs on the two imps and just try and keep track of what they're doing.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything during the rest?
Saren's just keeping an eye on Mickey and what he's going through.
He's just sort of standing there. He leans to the side, a bit, I'm just, does Mickey do anything? Go ahead, roll for me an insight check. You've been watching Mickey for a bit.
That's a 15.
15. You notice that the way that he's leaning and the way that he's hopped around and the moans that he's made, Mickey's in pain. There's something about the foot that he's keeping pressure off of, that perhaps he's got some sort of wound there, but perhaps due to the fact that he can't speak, it's become some sort of mockery amongst the red caps and mad caps, that they taunt him with.
Alright, Saren will make note of that throughout the rest here.
Okay.
Saren,
Magda?
you keep staring at him. Is
I think
everything okay?
No, I think there's something wrong with his foot.
Oh. We should go check him out and see if we can fix him.
Okay.
After we rest we're finished with our rest, we'll go take a look, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
That's different.
Is that alright with everyone else?
Yeah, I guess if we've got nothing else to do here. Haven shrugs.
I don't like to see creatures suffer.
He's made it this far.
Mel, you look a little on edge.
It might just be a side effect of us being in literal hell. Um, and there's a couple of imps that have an interest in us.
Oh, some imps. All right.
I'll kind of nod my head in whatever direction they're in.
I'll lean over. How far away?
I'd say they're on the order of about maybe 40 or so feet away, behind some of the junk. They're not like standing out in the open. They're trying to be inconspicuous, it seems.
Well, maybe we can try and surprise them if they're gonna follow us around, and we can be waiting for them around a corner or something. Figure out what's going on with them.
Okay, we're keeping tabs.
Great.
I will
thank
say that Mel, in the time that you've noticed them, they've not done much more than watch you. It seems that perhaps they're keeping tabs on you as well. In return.
Is it relatively open ground between me and them?
Most of this space is relatively open ground, yes.
Just trying to figure out if there was a way where I could duck away from the group and try and sneak up towards them to see if I could hear what they're whispering. But if it's open ground, then there's not really
Yeah.
any means for me to do that.
And as you guys finish your rest, and it seems that you've got some things to investigate afterwards, we do have our next ad break coming up here. So, hang out with us. We'll be right back to continue along with our story. Before we head out, I ask that you let the ads run. They help us out a ton here at Wildwitch RP. They help keep our games affordable. You can directly support us by making donations at my Ko-fi. Link for that's on screen, as well as in our chat room. These donations unlock awesome perks for the entire community. Perks include special companions, double treasure, double XP, all sorts of fun things. Full list is on our Discord, so hang out with us, and we'll see you guys very soon. All right, we're back in action, and as we are returning, it is you guys have completed a rest in Fort Knucklebone.
Magda, do you want to go see if you can help Mickey?
Yeah, please.
Go for it.
Okay. I go over and say, "Hi, Mickey."
Just a sort of grunt and a moan.
Yeah. I don't want to. Can I see your foot? You look like you're in pain. Is it hurt?
The creature can't really move much more than it is as it stands now, but if you would like to roll for me a medicine check here.
Can I cast guidance on Magda?
Yeah,
For
yeah, you
medicine?
can.
I'll do so.
And that's 24. Which, hey, I have guidance too. I said actually going. Okay, that's 30-21.
Then with that, you are able to pull out this large shard of bone that was stuck in Mickey's foot.
Oh. I pull it out and I go, "Oh, this was stuck in your foot."
As you pull this out, a madcap walking by, seeing that Mickey can kind of stand on its both feet now.
Oh, we can't do the Mickey no more.
Yeah, stop making fun of him.
Stop making fun of him.
Can I ask you a question?
I mean, you could. I don't know that I'll answer it.
Okay. Can you see those two imps over there? Well, I just said there are two imps over there. Do they belong here?
You must be talking about pins and needles. Yeah, they're lazy son of a guns.
Oh, they're the pins and needles. Okay, great. Thank you. I go over and I'm like, "Okay, Vicky, are you gonna be okay?"
There's another grunt.
Okay, good. I pat him on the knee and I go over to him and go, "Guess what, Mel? The two imps are pin and needle. That's the one that Madam Mim. No. What is the name of the
Mad Maggie.
Mad Madam? Who?
Mad Maggie?
Yes, Mad Maggie had told us we should go talk to.
I do believe
We
it
can
was
go talk to.
Chuka and Clonk that mentioned pins and needles.
Chuka and Clon said we can talk to pins and needles. And although they don't talk much stuff, but they'll listen.
No,
Oh,
that
it's
was
wonderful.
Mickey. Mickey was the one that
That,
doesn't talk
that was
much.
Mickey.
Oh my God.
I love it so much every time.
Tell you that shield is scrambling her brain.
Maybe we should just confront them and see what their interest is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'll head over.
I'll walk over with a javelin in my hand.
And I'll bring up the rear, letting this all play out.
As you
You won twice. Look at this shit.
as you make your way over, what do? Besides holding weaponry. They don't
I'm not
seem
holding.
Yeah, they don't seem to run away, but they do seem to like back up, noticing that you guys are approaching them specifically.
Yeah, and I just wave at them. Goes, "Hi, you're pins and needle, right?"
Yeah, pins and needles. That's us.
Okay. Oh, hi. We're the we have a group name. Hey, we should work on that. That's Haven, that's Saren, that's Mel, and I'm Magda. How are you?
Well, we ain't really in a good place. We overheard that one of the madcaps, his name's Wazik. He's gonna kill Lulu, and you guys need to change that so that way he should be dead first. That way Lulu's fine.
Why is he gonna kill Lulu?
Because madcaps, they stick their hats in demon ichor, and it makes them more bloodthirsty, and they really don't care about who they go after, you know?
Oh, we need to
You
protect
you
Lulu.
saw them, they were picking on poor old Mickey over there.
Yeah. I took out the
Insight
humongous
check.
bone thing.
You want to do an insight check, Mel?
I'm doing an insight check on these imps. If I believe what they're saying.
Yeah, go for it. Roll an insight
Demon, is
check.
she?
21.
Oh, they are so lying.
I'm gonna look at them and in Infernal I'm gonna say, bullshit. What do you want?
What? All right. Wazik isn't going to kill Lulu. But they're gonna. Wazik and his gang are gonna go after us, and we don't want trouble. We pulled a prank. It wasn't supposed to be as bad, but we don't want to. We've got a good gig here, and we can't tell Madam Maggie. Mad Maggie's gonna. She'll get real mad because we weren't supposed to be pulling no pranks on any of the red caps or the mad caps, and this is it. So please, if you could just kill Wazik, and that way we can look over this, it'd be great. We're real close to Maggie.
Oh.
We'll put in good word with her.
That seems like a you problem.
I agree.
You're gonna
Also, have you tried apologizing?
Have you tried apologizing to a madcap before? No,
No.
they'll rip your tongue out. All right, look, we can't be good spies if we ain't got no tongues. We've got a good job here. Maggie takes care of us, but if we come out about this, then
make better choices.
look, it's just one madcap. Just take him out, and look, you got our vote of approval with Maggie. You know, that'll get you very far in this place.
No, Mad
We
Maggie.
already.
She specifically
Yes.
told us not to cause trouble.
Yeah.
Well, we can
She
help
likes
you.
us already.
We can help you in an area where, you know, no one will see it. We can get you a time, a place where Wazik can be alone. No one will see it. You won't get in trouble. But we can't do it. Not ourselves.
I'm not cleaning your mess up for you.
How much did
Yeah.
Mad Maggie like you?
She likes us a lot.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, for sure.
19.
They're not lying about that. They
I'm
are held
sure-
in very high regard by Maggie.
Are
Probably
they spies for her?
Probably due to them being spies for her. Yeah. As they are devils, they can get information about the Blood War better than Fae can.
How does Mad Maggie feel about the red caps and the blood caps, or whatever they're called, mad caps?
I mean, they're good, but they aren't, you know, nothing terribly special. Not like the magpies or Mickey or us. They're here to, you know, help run the place, run the joint, but Barnabas, now he's probably good, but I don't really talk.
Who's this Barnabas? We've heard his name before.
Uh, the other imp,
He's a flame skull now. Was a wizard, but Barnabas kind of is, he's just around.
He's a skull.
Yeah.
These wizards, what do they get themselves into? First it's otters, now it's skulls.
I don't think that he chose to be a skull. That was, I think, Maggie's, you know. There was a some sort of situation. We wasn't there. But Maggie, she's good at making deals. So you always want to be in good straits with Maggie. That's how she got Barnabas, was a deal.
I think they're telling the truth about Mad Maggie really liking them. Seems like they do a unique service that she can't get anywhere else reliably. How many madcaps are running around here?
Feel like killing one of them was gonna piss off the rest of them. No.
They did say that they could get you a time where Wazik's alone.
They could be also trying to set us up for something. They're spies for Maggie. They're going to be like, yeah, those new people that just showed up and said they weren't going to cause trouble. All we had to do was ask real nice, and they went and caused trouble.
I'd say with the 2 insights that have been going on here, the imp's fear of this Wazik character is real. That's not something that is being played up.
Well, what's going to set Mad Maggie back more? Losing 2 spies or losing 1 madcap?
I will say that the number of madcaps and redcaps here are like a couple, like dozen. So like there's a lot here. It's not like hundreds or things like that, but there is definitely, more than your fair share. At least for the Hells.
No, I'm not all for, doing things on impulse, but we're in a dangerous place, and if we're able to make any sort of friends, that
So you
might
want
be.
to make friends with devils, Darren?
Well, Mad Maggie I don't think is a devil.
Oh, these imps.
Well,
Doing them the favor.
but they're gonna do us a favor.
Yeah, two good words to Maggie, right from our mouth to her ears.
Now, can we make this deal more official? Could we make this deal more official if we choose to help you?
I mean, if you want an infernal contract of it, sure, but, you're making a contract with an imp. I don't think that's gonna be, terribly boastful.
Oh, I was just gonna do a handshake.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm down to shake on it.
What do you all think?
Seems like trouble.
We could always shelve it and see if we could confirm more of their stories or even their reputations and come back. What do you think, Magda? Mel?
I'm sorry. I was talking to somebody in my head and wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I do whatever you want.
Well, I'm asking your opinion.
Okay, my opinion matches your opinion.
I haven't shared my opinion.
Oh crap! Okay, what did you ask me?
What do you think about helping these 2 imps with their madcap problem?
I don't feel good about it.
Okay, why not?
Well, because I feel like, I mean, we're not, nope. Mad Maggie, nope.
Yep.
No.
Whatever.
Mad Maggie, you were right.
Okay, Mad Maggie is not mad at us, and she's already doing us a favor. So why do we need to be in her good graces?
Well,
Are we in her good graces already? And the second thing is like, They should take responsibility for their own actions. They knew not to pull a prank on somebody because Mad Maggie told, it said not to do it, but they still did it. Now they're trying to get out of it without paying for their, mistake.
And maybe we could just tell Mad Maggie the situation that they're too afraid to explain, and she can just settle it the way she wants to.
Or go up to was it
Was it?
whatever is it Quasic and try to convince him to not be mad at them anymore. Although that may be a crazy thing to talk to a madcap.
I
Oh,
bet
I'd
Haven.
love to see that.
Yeah, I bet Haven could threaten him.
Oh no, I just want to sit back and
Intimidation.
watch.
Oh,
Yeah, I will
I'm
say
trying
that
to
you
do
guys
this.
did see, that the Madcaps aren't really very nice. Neither are the Redcaps, that they were picking on Mickey. So, maybe not going to be the best if you try and, converse them into playing nice.
And also, like, you don't know who his family is or whatever. Like, if we hurt him, we never know who's gonna see it, and then boom, now we're gonna have a whole bunch of madcaps upset with us.
If you get caught, like, I understand that you're worried about being, but they did say that they can provide you a time and a place where Wazik would be alone. That way you're not getting caught.
Faye,
I'm just putting it
Look-
out here.
no. Look directly into the camera and convince me that that's not gonna happen. That you're not gonna pull a fast one out.
They gave you time, or they gave
Okay.
you the idea that they could give you that information if you say that you'll help them. They haven't just provided that. It's up to you if you want to do it. I'm just telling you that you have, like, what you've been told. They seem very afraid. They seem to be in good graces with Maggie and are promising to put in good words if you help them. You don't have to.
No. All right. I'm gonna roll a die and to come up with my. God damn it!
it's a good roll.
That was a very good roll. I'm gonna say, well, maybe we should do it. That's my opinion.
Now, pins and needles. Wazik knows that you two are the culprits.
Yeah, that's why he's planning to get revenge on us.
How does he know that?
He saw us.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
really bad on your part.
Not instilling a lot of confidence.
Look-
That you can arrange for a time and place where we won't be seen.
And
It didn't work out great for yourself.
I'm sure Mel spotted you immediately.
If we was that bad at being caught, we wouldn't be here now. Do you know how often we've gone to the Blood War to get information? We're devils, alright? Let's not go around that. We know what we are. But we're not like what you may have heard in stories. Conniving, always looking for the next rung up. We've got a good deal here. We're comfortable. We don't need to be anywhere else. You help us, we'll put good word in with you for Maggie. Because, sure, and he'll look to Magda, she might be doing you one favor now. But then you're even. You're in her good graces. She might do a little bit more for you.
Yeah, okay, I'm convinced.
Well, just one little madcap. I mean, they're not good creatures, right?
There are a dime a dozen around here. One of them ain't gonna be too much. And you get rid of Wazik, his irrational friends are gonna move on to someone else, and then we'll be safe.
Now, watch. Wazik is going to be the leader of Madcaps.
What do you think, Mel?
I think the madcaps are vile little creatures. If you pointed one out to me and told me to kill it, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. I've already been blackmailed into cleaning up someone else's mess for something not long ago, so not a huge fan of cleaning up other people's messes. I mean, I don't want to scare devils and haven't had great interactions with devils up to this point, but I just want to be a little careful. I don't want to paint all of them with the same brush. People used to do that about my people too. And, you know, but we are in hell. We're going to need some friends down here if we want to make it back out again. I could be swayed one way or the other. But it's it's got to be done in such a way that it's got to be clean if we do it. And I need evidence that they say that they I need evidence that they will be able to hold up their end of the bargain before I agree to anything. What is the plan? Where are you gonna? How are you gonna get him there? Where is he gonna be? What time is it gonna be? How do we know no one else is gonna go to that location? Like, lay it out for me before I agree to anything.
We know the rundown of this place, alright? Yeah, we've got patrol schedules, everything, all up here. We see it all. Especially if we're not out on the front lines, we're here. Like we said. We don't want to be anywhere else. We've got a good thing going on here. We can tell you exactly where Wazik hangs out. And we can create some sort of distraction to get his friends away from him. You know. Quick poof. And, we change spider shape, whatever. Not hard to get away for a bit, though could be found. But you guys you got stuff on you, weapons, things that can take quick work of someone like Wazik. Wazik could take quick work of us. They motion to themselves, as they are, unarmored, without weapons.
I have an idea.
What's your
What
idea?
if, once you go get him alone, we try to convince him to go ahead and leave, pins and needles alone, and most likely that's gonna fail, and it's gonna piss him off, and we're gonna end up fighting anyway. And if anybody asks, we say, hey, you know what? We tried to go ahead and negotiate peace. It didn't work out, and we ended up fighting, and he died. Oops.
I mean, that does posture us in a positive light.
Yeah. And if, Med Maggie finds out, we can say, hey, that's what happened.
And it won't be a lie.
Right.
I like the sound of that.
I had an idea, but I think I like Magda's better.
What was your idea?
I was gonna ask Pins and Needles if Wazik has an enemy that's about my height. So i.e. not another madcap, because I could pretend to be that person and then none of us get tied to anything.
The only people that we know is on Wazik's shortlist is us.
You can't make yourself look like an imp, can you, Mel?
I'm so tiny.
Maybe.
And while I am petite,
Well, I could shrink you.
Yes, yes.
This is getting complicated.
Well,
I think that would just get me to small.
Two pins in a trench coat, or not two pins, pins and needles in a trench coat. Two imps in a
But
trench.
Yeah.
if other people are far away, they won't be able to tell.
Worst perspective. I'd be taking this guy on solo as well, and I haven't fought one of these
Yeah.
guys before.
No, let's go
So
with my idea. That way,
I like that idea better.
you know, we're covered. We're not lying. That's what we're gonna try to do. Well, unfortunately, like Heaven said, it's not gonna go well, and we're gonna probably end up fighting anyway.
Sure. I could try and trick him or threaten him, and if he doesn't buy it, then I imagine he'll probably attack anyway.
Yeah. Or have you ever tried to mock him viciously?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. We should work on that.
Yeah, get that multi-class going.
All right, let's go.
Can you lure him to a place now? Pins and needles, or do you need some time?
I mean, we could probably, if you can give us a few minutes, just enough to be seen, and get them into a place.
Yeah, and then we can wait at that place. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got to be secluded.
Yeah, no, let's, agree on, you can...
What sort of areas are in the fort?
Tent or a cave or an alleyway.
Dumpster.
Yeah,
Dumpster.
100% there's a dumpster.
The whole place is a dumpster.
Exactly. So I would say, yeah, there's all sorts of like little shackle structures here. So, your group and the imps can decide on one, sort of pointing out in the distance, and, yeah, you guys, make your way over there, settle in. If you got ways to hide, do it, and then we'll get Wazik over there, get his friends broken away from him, and then you'll be out. You'll be good.
Hey.
Deal done. Maggie gets to hear all about you.
Alright, well, if you deliver, then I think we'll be able to hold up our end of the deal.
Why don't we get either stealth or performance rolls from your group to get over to that location without drawing too much suspicion?
I mean, I'm good at both of those.
Natural 20 for 29.
Can she offset my low roll? No. Everything's fine.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing pretty
You guys are
alright.
doing something.
Okay, that's not terrible. You make your way over to the shack here, and a few people seem to see you walk over there, but they don't seem to linger on their eyes. They just sort of notice that you pass by. Probably not terribly interested. There seems to be a few people that just sort of wander about here. Go ahead, tell me of how you try and prepare for this ambush.
Well, I'm going to set a stool or some sort of debris where I can just sit right in the middle, so when he walks in, he can see me and I can talk at him.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna stand 10 feet away from him and pretend that I'm trying to do a headstand and mess up so he can make fun of me.
Okay.
Is there anything to hide behind?
Yeah, I'd say that there's a bit of debris in this area that you can structure to create something to hide behind for yourself.
Can I hide too? Is there enough debris for that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide, and I'm only gonna come out if there's trouble. I'm gonna be ready.
Spam click. Oh shit. Oops.
Okay.
Spam click.
Saren,
Like so far.
pretend
Yes.
that you're giving me
Oh shit.
pointers.
Whoa. Get that
I will
That you're
pretend that I'm giving
teaching
you
me.
pointers.
Yeah, that you're trying to teach me how to do this handstand.
A handstand.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Okay. Well, I'm terrible at it, so I'm sure and I'm gonna try to make it comical, so he makes fun of me like he made fun of Mickey.
I'm certain he will try that.
It's a few minutes of waiting, of preparing. But eventually, a figure will kick down the door. You see a madcap. All right, where are you two puke faces hiding? And then he'll look to Saren and Magda here. Let's just make this easy. You tell me where those two putrescent imps are, and I won't have to make things worse for you. You're ugly enough as it is.
Wow, that's
Yay.
so kind of you to say. Well, let me tell you something, that it wasn't pins and needles that pranked you.
What are you gonna tell me? It was a celestial?
Perhaps it was, or perhaps what really happened was some sort of illusion magic that fooled you.
You calling me stupid?
No, I just think that you might be smart enough to know the difference.
I know what I saw. And it was those two lazy bums of an imp.
Do you think those two imps that are always so busy and running around and serving Mad Maggie would have time to bother you?
All they do once they're here is laze about, causing issues. You really defending them?
Well, they've got a hard job out there when you're sitting back here hiding behind a wall.
He'll start stomping up towards you. You can hear the clang of
Hey.
his iron boots.
Now watch it. This one next to me, it's gonna do an acrobatic move,
Guess not. 'Cause they
and that's just the beginning of what she can do. Here, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, here we go. Watch me do this.
Roll me an acrobatics check. Or performance.
Oh, I was gonna do performance. Oh, double 13s and -1 is 12.
Yeah, you like that?
No.
There's plenty more where that came from.
My sick uncle can do better than that.
Hey! You're making fun of me.
Do you want me to make fun of you?
You're ugly.
Maybe he is this stupid.
And as you say that, he'll turn towards you and he's gonna kick you. That's what he's gonna do.
Me or Saren?
Saren.
You don't want them kicking you.
Saren, can you make me a dexterity save? I'm going to say since you're on the stool, this will be at disadvantage.
Oh no.
That's a 8.
That's 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone as we are going to roll initiatives.
What a kick.
Yeah, they kick hard.
Ah, damn
Oh,
it. It
that's
was on a
appropriate.
19 and rolled over.
Same.
I almost had a 28 and I almost had a 28 initiative. So close.
I rolled a natural 1.
You can trade initiative with me if you really want to.
Or me. He's gonna kill me.
You want me going first so I
Oh
can
yeah.
kill
Oh
him
yeah.
before he kills you.
That sounds way better.
So, are we getting an initiative swap coming here?
Doesn't sound
You
like
can
it.
take my initiative if you want.
I mean, as long as, well, what
Did
did
you-
I end up? I got an 18.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of your alert feat, right?
Yep. Yeah. As
I
long
will
as
say
we
this, how
both
about
go before him, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
so
But we don't know
thematically,
what initiative he got.
Yeah, so if you're swapping, tell me now.
Haven is less eager to pounce on this guy than Mel seems like she is. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. If you're willing to swap, I'll swap.
Alright, so it'll be Mel, it'll be Magda, Haven, Wazik, and then Saren. And Lulu's covering her eyes with her trunk. I can't watch. And so Mel, you are the first to act. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to leap out from behind whatever I'm hiding behind and get right up in the dude's face. And I will bonus action Hunter's Mark him. I'll just write that down. And then I'm gonna attack him with my scimitars. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make this a dreadful strike. So, oh my god, this is gonna be a lot of stuff happening. Okay. So that's gonna be, I guess, 13
Yep.
plus 13 plus 12 is 25 plus 6 is 31 plus 6 is 37 plus 1 is 38.
Yeah, that's my math.
That's my first attack.
Yeah.
Second attack, I doubt hits with a 12.
That is going to be a miss.
And then I'll use the Nick feature to attack with my offhand.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. That's gonna be 5 plus 6 is 11.
And thanks to that nat 20 and a lovely round starting off, our madcap goes down.
I knew it.
Turn on the blender.
Saren had toppled over backwards from the stool, and by the time he recovers and looks up, there's just a pile of Wazik on the ground.
Oh, Sarah, are you okay? That didn't go as well as your plan. I didn't want you to get hit. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds at the first level. That is going to be 18 healing.
That's a great roll.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a great.
Thanks, Magda, and thanks, Mel. That's, was that 3 times today? That
Just counting.
Well, alright. Well, hopefully, those imps can come through for us. What a mess.
You made the deal with them.
What are we
Yeah,
doing with
keep up
him?
their side of the bargain.
Do the imps have some place we can stash the body?
Just stick him in the corner.
What's in this room? Is there like debris
Yeah, there's all sorts of junk. Mel and Haven were hiding behind it.
Pile it on top of.
Just put him here and I'll shove the pile of debris on top of him.
Alright, sounds good. Saren will scoot what's left of him over to where Haven is.
Anyone know prestidigitation?
Uh,
No, I think Haven's only got thaumaturgy.
Yep.
nope.
Yeah, me too.
I can make the door close.
Is there any rags? Is there any rags in here so I can clean the blood off my scimitars?
Wasik must have been wearing. Oh yeah, it's wearing a red cap, right?
The red cap drips with
Isn't-
demon ichor.
Yeah, but like he's covered in all sorts of liquids that I don't need to be anywhere near. More than I already have been.
Stuff that we can use to wipe it off.
Yeah, like rags or something. I'm not picky at this point.
I mean, they're also kind of grimy and gross, but it's not fresh demon ichor.
Yeah, lesser of the evils, man. I'm gonna take whatever is the least disgusting, and just
Yeah.
make sure there's no more blood on anything that I am wearing or carrying.
It's the rag that you pick up is weirdly stiff, but I mean, again, lesser of the evils.
Cool. All right, let's find them and let them know.
I'm sure they're keeping an eye on us now.
Yeah.
As you are able to leave the crime scene.
Crime scene.
It is.
Literally just murdered a man.
Yeah.
He kicked me first.
Yeah. He attacked first.
Just because it was in self-defense doesn't make it any less of a murder.
It's kind of like how this whole story started in the first place.
Are you claiming that that noble kicked you in the alley?
I mean, I just punched him. He's the one that couldn't take a punch.
So, with that,
Yeah, we'll exit and see if we can find pins and needles lurking.
why don't you give me a perception or an investigation check?
$16.
You don't immediately see them, which perhaps is a good thing. They did say that they were going to try and lead his friends away. So, if they found you once, they may be able to find you again. You do kind of stick out amongst the personnel here.
All right, they'll catch up with us, or perhaps they'll just pass the good word along without chatting with us. We'll find out. Haven, did you mention you wanted to speak to a skull guy?
I was just curious who they were. And the birds mentioned this person's name. It seems like there's a whole cast of characters around here.
Yeah. We can go talk to him.
Okay.
Really just want that hag to finish up with her ritual.
She's got to make her preparations. Don't rush it.
I'm trying to rush her. Be with the patient.
I would say it's fairly easy to find a floating skull wreathed in fire down here. Even though it is very, aesthetically fitting to Avernus, there's not many in Fort Knucklebone.
What's it doing? Just kind of hanging out?
Uh, he's just kind of floating around. Um, he's, it seems, being very vigilant, as if on the watch for something.
Probably just a guard or a sentry then.
Well, they said he was a wizard, right?
Was.
Right. I'm gonna say hi. Saren will just kind of walk up and be like, "Hello, are you Barnabas?"
Oh, yes, I'm Barnabas. And you can hear that as he speaks, there's like this whistle as like the air comes through. You can see that there is a tooth that is missing from his jaw.
Oh, well, we've just arrived, and Mad Maggie's helping us with something, and we're just having a look around and a chat with those who reside here.
Oh, yes. Chats are good. Most people here are not very good at conversation.
We've come to realize that. How did you come to be here?
I was dead. And then a rival of mine disturbed my rest. And then he sold me to Maggie.
Oh,
Oh, that's so sad.
how is it working? Or I don't know. You said she owns you?
In a way. I'm sure she thought I was just a skull and not of any sort of mindfulness. I tend to take some fairly long naps now and then.
And she allows you to do that?
Well, sometimes. It's hard to remember all the rules that needs to be followed around here.
Oh. Is Mad Maggie generally kind and understanding to you?
She likes to keep me around for ideas. We'll have conversations sometime. Maggie's good to talk to.
That's good to know. Are, you seem to be looking around with some intent.
Oh yes, my missing tooth.
Oh. Recently missing, I assume.
Yes, the redcaps, they throw things at me, and this time it knocked one of my teeth loose. And Grubba picked it up and done run off. And so I'm just seeing if it perhaps got dropped somewhere.
Who is Grubhub?
Grubba is one of the redcaps.
Oh, we need to get your tooth back.
He'll kind of like flutter in close and like his flames die down as he tries to whisper here.
I would be very grateful if you could do that. I can't. I don't feel good talking to Maggie right now. I feel that the whistle is unbecoming of a figure of my stature.
Oh, I'm sorry it makes you feel self-conscious. Yeah, let's go get his tooth back.
Haven really wants to say something about killing more people, but feels it's probably not the right situation to be saying that in.
Barnabas, how willing is Grubba going to be to give up your tooth?
It's hard to say with fey creatures. Sometimes they're very attached to things for no real reason. And other times they'll trade it away on a whim.
Do you know why they did it?
And I think that red caps generally just enjoy violence and slaughter and any sort of uh, desecrations of peoples.
So he's just a jerk.
Most of them are.
Hmm.
I don't like bully.
In your chats, this is just out of curiosity with Mad Maggie, how close to her heart does she hold the red caps and mad caps?
Oh, they're similar to tools to Maggie. Not very dear, but they have their purpose.
Hmm. Okay, for no reason at all. That sounds pretty good. Do you know where Grubba might have run off to? My companion here seems very set on finding your tooth.
I will, I'll admit this to you all, as you seem a very, upstanding group, and you are quite great in conversation. My eyesight is not what it used to be, and all of them sort of seem to blend together with their red hats that they wear. I can see them up close and tell the difference, but not from a distance.
Hmm. Okay. Maybe we can trade him for something that we can convince him is worth something. Very ominous lightning strike there.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask some of the other red caps where he might be.
Perhaps, and maybe, as I said, they do that trading. Maybe one of them has it instead now.
You think he's traded it to another red cap?
It's a possibility. I wouldn't say that I know for sure. I don't care much for talking with the redcaps. Their humor is quite crass.
Hmm. Alright.
I thank you all for doing me this helpfulness. I do miss my tooth.
Well, we'll see what we can do for you.
And with that, we'll be able to set out looking for Barnabas's missing tooth. But that will have to wait until our next session. So, thank you to our players for playing. I do hope you guys had fun with this one. I know that I enjoyed it. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you guys had fun as well. I'll see you guys in our next stream. And until then, head over to wildwitch.com. Check us out there. Join us in our Discord if you want to jump in a game yourself. Or just keep up to date with all of our announcements. Follow us here on Twitch for our live streams, or head over to YouTube to catch our VODs. But, as always, I'll see you guys in our next stream. Laters.